I forgot to put Merry Christmas in the title. How do I change that? Edit the title. What doesn't approve? Merry Christmas. Update. Update. Okay, close that. I like that better where that was. I started with a really good song right to start with. Got me right in the mood to move my body. Porthos, how's it going? Merry Christmas. I got to see my family today from a distance, but this is what I wore to see them, minus the belt. The belt was a little bit too stuffy, and these dress pants let me breathe a little bit. I think I'm gonna go on the bike. Mary Chrysler, huh? Yeah, that's a new one. All right, so I'm just gonna warm up on the bike because that's just what I'm gonna do. Uh-oh. That's not good. I just bent my freaking cord. That's not good. Oops. All right, I want to get this out of the way before it gets too hot in here. So how's your Christmas? How's your Chrysler been going so far? Let's get that. There we go. I've been doing really hard leg days every Wednesday and every Sunday. And tomorrow is Sunday, and I got another leg workout coming up, but my legs are still a little bit sore. So I gotta make sure I get some blood pumping through them. I don't know if I can read that from here. But good, you celebrated on the 24th. You had a brunch. I remember when I used to go to brunch every Sunday with the family. We would go to church, and then after we would go to a all you can eat brunch buffet where I would get a make your own sundae at the end and just cover the thing with fudge. And the breakfast was just your generic, pick out some sausages, eggs, ham, whatever breakfast foods are there, but you can also get fruit, you make yourself a salad, but what I remember most are those sundaes I made. Let me get chat up on here so I can see it from a distance. All right, so now I got chat up, and you said something else since then. It was really good. No, it's all about the ice cream. Well, ice cream sundae. That's 2 out of the 3 words. Well, I guess 2 out of the 4, because ice cream fudge sundae. I just want to get some blood pumping through my legs. My legs have been a little bit stiff. I might even do some deadlifts today. I haven't had a good, I haven't streamed a leg workout since June. So if you would to go back and look at my content, you might think I never do leg workouts. But I've been doing leg workouts every Wednesday and Sunday. It's just easier to do at the gym, so I haven't been doing them at home because I got all the machines I don't have here. Mike Woods, how's it going? Merry Christmas. Oh. Yeah, I just got back from my dad's acreage. I was able to meet my family while keeping my social distance. And this is what I went there in, minus the hat. Came back, good, nice clothes, make you feel good about yourself. I looked in the mirror, I'm like, yeah, let's do this. It's not midnight yet, it's still Christmas. And the 24th was my rest day. So I gotta do something today. Normally I would do a back day right now, so I could have set myself up in the other room and did a bunch of pull-ups, but I gotta work off my Christmas supper. I could have put that in the title. I'm definitely working that off right now. Ate a lot of food. How was your Christmas? This is, whew, getting hot. I think I'm gonna do back extensions next. Maybe I'll do some dumbbell rows. I haven't done deadlifts at home in a while because they turn into deficit deadlifts. My diameter of plates I have are a smaller diameter than your standard Olympic weights. So it puts the bar closer to the ground and changes the whole exercise. It's been great so far. Minutes me at the laundromat now. You're doing your laundry? Gotta get done. It's like, yeah, I'd like to take the holiday, but I'd also like underwear to wear tomorrow. All right, so how long have I been going? Probably not that long. I don't want to go that long. My legs are feeling better. I'm just very conscious. I want to get this out before I start to warm up this room. I don't want to overheat in here, or I'll have to take a break to go change into some shorts. All right. Very slow music now. 8 slopes. How's it going? All right. So I did say back extension next. So let's just do that. It's been a while since I brought this guy out. I was up until 5 o'clock in the morning playing a silly video game. I was playing Don't Starve Together. I haven't done that in a long time. Thank you. Well, dancing, there's a lot of staccato actions on the joint where you're basically having not much but some impact on the joint. It's not really shaking out the joint. It's not really doing some light flexing. It doesn't pump blood through my legs as much as you think. In order to pump blood through my legs, I have to do dancing where I'm bringing out my knees. And the songs in particular aren't calling for it. But I'm going to dance regardless. I'm just trying to do everything I can so that I have a really high quality workout on my legs every Wednesday, every Sunday. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. It's under there somewhere. All right, let's do some back extensions. How's this for an angle? Off screen, there we go. Let's lower that a little bit and even get this bike out of frame. I can lower it even more. Now, even when I'm less lean, you can still see my abs. My abs are, everything on me is a little bit bigger than it looks on camera. It's hard to put things in perspective without, like through a screen sometimes. Particularly, it's about proportions. I got an ad. I mean, like even my abs, when I'm less lean, and even if I have a little bit of fat here, the abs can still show. Whereas you could be smaller with smaller abs, but if the proportions are right, they would look very similar to how I look. You can sort of see that in my, like I got, but it's not so hot in here yet, but it might, it might get there. We'll see. If it gets too hot, I will do a quick 2-minute change off the camera, jump into some shorts. But for now, I want to look all dressed up, even if I'm a little bit silly doing so right now. Nothing wrong with being eccentric. Oh. Hope you all had a memorable Christmas holiday season. I think I've had enough of the beard. So I think before New Year's, I'm just going to shave it off. I was told, I've got mixed reactions, right? I've got some people tell me to build it out more. I've had other people tell me that it doesn't necessarily suit my personality, and I would tend to agree with the latter. All right, so I don't have a plan today. I feel like doing deadlifts, even though I have a leg workout tomorrow, and I'm going to really push hard for my leg workout tomorrow. I'm talking starting with 300, like squats to 315 pounds, then glute bridges to 495, and then machines to light up every muscle in my leg like a Christmas tree. Calves, hamstrings, quads. Yeah, I've historically never really cared about my biceps too much. My biceps are a large result of training my back. Training your back, the biceps has some activation there. If anything, I've cared more about my triceps, but actually right now, I noticed not too long ago that my entire, so I'm a lot lighter than I normally train. I normally train like 200 to 225 pounds. I am like 195 pounds right now. And even then, I built up from like 180 at the beginning of this year. But even then, like when I'm used to training, like one thing I noticed is in partner dancing, the follows arm, like if you have your arm around their back, they nestle their arm into the crook where your bicep meets your shoulder. And my arms used to be this big. So like I used to be able to completely cup my arms. And then look how small they are compared to how they used to be. So I've lost like a lot of just size since that. Banda, how's it going? Merry Christmas to you, bud. I hope you have some break, some rest time this holiday. I'm gonna do another set of back extensions. These dress pants might start to get a little bit itchy over the workout, but oh, let's just, how's that? Whoa. Keep my hands out. It's just an easy way to add weight to the exercise without actually having to carry anything. My legs are getting bigger. They're getting more defined. It's been, geez, how long? So for the last 5 or 6 weeks, I've been training my legs especially hard Wednesdays and Sundays. And I think that's what I'm going to continue. But I'm going to need a year of training my legs hard every, like twice a week for them to be where I want them to be. So it's going to take time. And right now my legs are thick, but they're not shaped the way I want them to be. And that's been a running theme over the last year. But this, like most of this year that just passed, I focused on the compound lifts. I focused on squats, deadlifts. I focused on different like front squats. I shied away from machines, and also and a lot of the hypertrophy for the leg muscles themselves is reduced due to all that goes on with the core stabilization. In that's just inherent in a lot of those lifts, where I can better break down muscle tissue if I on my current program that I'm doing. I'm still doing the compound lifts. Wednesday is more lifting day. Sunday is more tear down muscle tissue day. That's my plan for the next at least 6 months. Maybe not six, like at least 4 months. So I'm gonna give myself 4 months, and I'll see how that's going. I'm already seeing results. My legs are getting stronger. I'm having fun doing it, and that's the big part, right? Like you have fun doing what you do, and I'm gonna continue doing it. I'm gonna turn my music up because let's find something that's a little bit more upbeat. Okay. What am I listening to here? I just clicked on a Christmas Party 2021 playlist on Spotify. I can't bloody hear any music. All right, there we go. Echelon, how's it going? Merry Christmas to you, buddy. Gonna do my next set of back extensions. Now that I think about it, I want to do deadlifts. I also don't want to mess up my dress pants. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, I'm done with this, and I want to bring out the deadlift bar. I want to see. It's my form is going to be difficult because they're going to be deficit deadlifts, which are very different from your standard deadlift. So first, let's bring out the bar. That's the bar I'm going to be using. All right, enough of that. Watched Harry Potter? You're too old for a 2 hour and 30-minute movie? Yeah, I got to listen to my sister. Apparently my sister is a bigger Harry Potter fan than I ever knew about. I got to listen to her talk about this trivia game show, Harry Potter game show that she watched, and how her and her friend were able to answer every question except for one. And they were doing super obscure things, like they would bring in a prop for a couch, and they would bring in like 4 couches, and then the question would be, which of these 4 couches was used in this Harry Potter scene X, Y, and Z? And like I have no idea. Even if I watched the movie like 30 seconds before and they showed me the scene, that's not my forte. I never noticed. I never noticed upholstery. All right, so I'm not going to do these things super tight because I don't want them to get stuck. I don't care if they move around a bit. I'm not going to go in. I'm not going to be going past 315, and 315 is pretty easy for me. I just want to get this in frame. How's that? Maybe I'll raise the camera up a bit. All right, this guy is going to be a problem. Let's get you out of here. Actually, this goes this way. So whatever. I'll deal with that later. You guys don't want to. You guys aren't paying for that. All right. No, I'm like. Artie Q11, how's it going? Merry Xmas to you too. Hope you had a very merry holiday Christmas season. Cameras. Yeah, so right now the weights are a little bit off kilter. That's just because I haven't tightened them up all the way because I have a tendency to get stuck. So these are basically they're deficit deadlifts, where the bar is just so low, it throws out my like. I'm very comfortable in a standard deadlift position, but to make me drop 2 inches from where I have to grip changes the whole form, changes everything from the starting position. So this is 135 pounds. Let's add on some weight. My pants seem to be doing okay. Let me get caught up on chat here. Mr. Ratata. Oh, Rat-ata. All right, so it depends. Muscle, when it's relaxed has the same consistency as fat. But there are certain times where I just I had spent my first 24 years of my life skinny as can be, 140 pounds, just a twig. And then I started working out. I got the V in my back. And then one day, it came up where a bunch of me and some other guys were fooling around, and we had to make the armpit farting noises. I couldn't do it. And more so, I was just like, what's going on here? Because my entire armpit shape is different than it used to be. Like my armpits have grown much bigger. The back of my arms, I was working in with a professional bodybuilder, and he was bigger than I was, been training many more years than I had, and he was doing flies, and he got me to spot him by grabbing the back of his arms and helping guide him up when he needed it. And I'm feeling the back of his arms. I'm like, this doesn't feel like what is this? Like, what am I feeling here? And then I get back home. Oh my God, I got it too. You can feel, anyways. So I'm going to add on some weight. How am I going to do this? So I got 135 pounds on here. I'll put on another 70 pounds. So I'll go to 201 next. That's what I'll do. I'll go to 201. Wait. 135 plus 70, 205. Where the heck did I get a 1 from? You never get a 1 on the weights. Come on, you. Get off here. All right, so 201 pounds, 5 pounds. You can hold this. I don't want to tie these things on tightly. Because I don't have to fight to get them off. I don't care if the weights themselves are a little loose. Even if I go like 315, that's normal. I get to that really quickly when I'm using standard weights. The only thing that's going to make this thing more difficult is what's going to make this more difficult is the deficit deadlift. The fact that the bar is lower than your standard Olympic deadlift. All right. Come on, you. You know, I also, I'm not used to deadlifting without shoes on, but all right, I gotta stop. I can pump me up. Yeah, another thing when I'm deadlifting at home, I have to put the weights down quietly. I don't want to disturb the neighbors. I don't remember my size. I did measure myself on stream a while back. See, this is probably my third stream ever where I'm actually wearing a shirt. Normally I just take it off, flex the abs, but I'm feeling oh so pretty today. I don't know. I got to see my family. This is what I wore. All I did is I just ripped off my belt, got that thing off my waist, and was like, ah, much better. But just dressing nice can boost your mood. Once again, Merry Christmas, everybody. I saw something viral where people just stand there and they just, I don't get it, but apparently this is constitutes as a move. Thanks for the shutout, Mike Woods. It feels completely different. Like my rear delts feel basically as hard as rock. So that it's like a ball that sticks out. If I flex my rear delts, it feels as hard as bone. And you can basically hang on my back. There's enough. And like I flex, that's hard as a rock. And this just feels like, it just feels different. Just grabbing the back of my own arm. Before I started working out, I would never correlate that in my mind to somebody's arm. Anyways, I got earphones in my pocket, which are poking me, so. Oh, I like this song. So I'm gonna do another set of this. I'm just doing 3. Well, actually, I'm not going for hypertrophy today because I want to have a high quality leg workout tomorrow. So this is just having some fun, doing something different than just the bicep curls. Okay. The problem is, if I take this shirt off, it's going to be hard to put it back on. Ah. All right. So, rear delts. Hard as rock. You basically hold on to it. It's hard to flex the back as much when I'm sitting down. But I was doing farmer carries the other day, and I had my arm up, and my shoulders were just popping out. I like seeing striations in my shoulder when I work out. All right. All right. Shirt's going back on. I'm just having fun now. got 205 pounds on here. What should I do next? I can add on 50 pounds, 255, add on 70 pounds. Actually, maybe I should just add on 70 pounds, go up to 275, and then I can add 50 onto that to get to 315. 325. I can't math right now. It feels weird with the bar being so low. Where's the side of the camera? Here. I should be pulling around, carrying the weight. Let's put it back. So I'm at 205. How do I get to 315? If I go to 375, I have to add on 25 plus 15, so 40 pounds. I don't think I have enough room on the bar to do that. Alternatively, I could add on 100 pounds to get to a 305, and then add on 2 5s each side. I think that's what I'm going to have to do. All right, I think I have a plan, guys. To all viewers, Merry Christmas, everybody. I'm in a great mood. I got to see my family for the first time in a long time. I was able to see them in a socially distanced environment. Avocados, my Christmas was fulfilling. That's the word I'm going to use. And I came back. The 24th was my day off. I trained really hard. I had a planned rest day, and it just happened to work out that it was Christmas Eve. But today is basically the first day in the next section of my programming, but Sundays is leg day. I'm doing deadlifts right now. I'm not really trying to tear down a lot of muscle tissue. I might just go in the bicep. I just might do bicep curls after. We'll see if the shirt comes off or not. Normally it gets really hot in here, but it's nice and cold outside. And I have a window cracked, which is keeping the heat down for me. Oh, my ribs, you're talking like the bear claws? That's muscle around my ribs, I believe. That's all right. So I'm going to add 50 pounds, 255 pounds to do it. Then I'll add another 50 pounds, go to 305, do that, go up to 315. I don't want to do more than 315 just because this is a deficit deadlift. And I'm not used to the form. And I also don't want to overtax myself. Chase Webbs, how's it going? Merry Christmas. Well, they are, but they're not exact. Like there's padding around them, but everything is just popping out. very different than if I was very emancipated and you'd be seeing my ribs. All right, so let's add on 50 pounds. And to do that, I will be, I didn't, all right. All right. What is this song? This song's Broken Hearted by Carmen. See, I don't want to tighten them too much, or I might have trouble. The threads might get bound together with my weights. I'm not worried about the weights falling off the sides, but I want to keep them together so that they're not moving around too much. So I want to limit their mobility just a little bit. All right. Let's add another. So this will be 315 now. Give me a second, I'll get caught up on chat. I should pay attention if I got any follows. No, my last follow was a month ago. You can ask me any questions you want. I might have better answers if it's fitness related. Otherwise, I have my opinions on other things. I might just not be as well researched up on them. There are variations of roads you can do that can play around all in your lower back. But like a lot of compound lifts you're using your core. Your core isn't just your abs. There's like, imagine there's a band all throughout here. Your lower back is part of your core. Problem is a lot of people, you're having lower back issues. And often it's due to what you're doing at work. You're bending down every day, or just simply sitting down all day. Your hamstrings are tight. They're constantly engaged. They can cause some lower back issues. But even then, when you're sitting, you got like the stress distribution through your body is different than when you're standing. Instead of carrying a lot of weight through your legs, there's like 60% more stress through your lower back. But I like back extensions are fine. Most people don't necessarily need back extensions and would be better off with just a well-rounded back program. But myself, I like to lift heavy weights. I like calisthenics. And if I had a choice, I would be a back with massive legs. I don't care about my biceps. I care a little bit about my triceps. Don't care about my traps. Your traps come all the way down into almost to your mid back. Running, my preferred form of cardio is this guy right here, stationary bike, which is what I was using earlier this workout to warm up. When I was younger, all I did was I ran. I worked in construction. I was very lean, but wherever I was in the city, I'd work like a 10, 12-hour days sometimes. And wherever I was in the city, I'd grab my backpack with my tools on it and I'd run home. And running is hard on the body. And particularly in the city where you have like the sidewalks, you might think that they're flat, right? You walk on them, right? You're not rolling off them, but they're actually sloped for drainage. And just that little bit of step difference, plus the hardness of the pavement, I'd run on one side of the road, get shin splints on one side of my leg. So I start running the other way on the other side of the road and get shin splints in my other leg. And then life was just pain for a while. If I'm going to do running now, like occasionally I will run, but the heavier I am, the harder it is on the body. And if I'm going to run, I would rather do sprints. I'd rather do something where I like do my resistance training and then sprint as far as I just output. Well, I've run a marathon. I at my peak fitness, I was 225 pounds, had an 8-pack, and I could run if I wanted to. It's just I didn't train for running, so I basically ran a marathon out of nowhere, and then I couldn't walk for a couple of days afterwards. It's just because the heavier you are, the more every time you land, you're landing with force multiple times your body weight that's being carried through your joints. But when it comes to cardio, you should stick with what you like. You should stick with something that you find fun and that you can do over a long period of time consistently. No, see, abs are genetic. And your ab orientation is purely genetics. So for myself, I got 6 abs that you can see, and another 2 that are buried beneath fat. And so I have to get very lean, and I also have to train a lot, like those last 2, to get them to pop out. I used to train abs for 15 minutes a day, 7 days a week before I went to bed. I would train my abs, I do my workout, get home, have a protein shake, start to relax, and I do a 15-minute ab workout, go shower, go to bed. And I got absolutely sick of training abs, where I have to do a ton of work just for a very small amount of benefit. But some people some people can't have 6. Some people can only have 4. Some people even have a mixed match where you get like 3 abs or 5. How many sprints should you do? See, that is not so simple of a question. It depends on what your goals are. It depends on, are you looking for long-term, short-term? If you're using it, if you just want to be healthy, some steady state cardio for an hour, 3 times a week will go much further for your health than lifting weights will. Having muscle is fine and all, but the most important muscle is the heart, and you keep that strong and healthy, that will go a lot further for improving your quality of life. Yeah, so if you want to be a better runner, you're going to have to run. That's just what it comes down to. You're going to have to, there are hundreds of good programs that you can do, that you can follow. Pick one, give it a good shot. But it's going to come down to, you're going to have to run And as you get better, running is going to become easier for you. So you're going to be able to do more, you're going to be able to perform more output. But as you're able to perform more output, you're going to have to try harder to get any further results. So the act of continuously trying to push yourself and break your limits is what's going to get you the results that you're after. With running and like if you're looking for an end goal, a lot of that's going to depend on your height, your body weight, the length of your levers. Some people are just better at certain exercises than others, more genetically blessed. Particularly shorter people with shorter levers often really excel in bench press because there's less range of motion that you actually have to do. It's like little, as well as if you have a large rib cage. But I'm not as well versed in the best programming for something like track and field. Track and field is something I used to do, but like for an actual program to put together for you, running hasn't really been my interest too much. I've been more overall health, fitness, weight training. I've dabbled in bodybuilding, Olympic lifting, like strength training, powerlifting. I've joined like a lot of calisthenics. I've joined a circus group. I wasn't very good at Olympic lifting. I've done a lot of like I've ran. I've done this, but I haven't aimed to compete in track and field. That's something that like particularly I'm also probably a lot older than a lot of people I'd be competing against. All right, let's go. See, I cooled down a little bit, and when I got to the bar, I grabbed the bar, and I was surprised by just how low it was. I grabbed it like, oh man. So I gotta remember, this is a deficit deadlift. I thought there was 250 pounds on there, and this is 315. So 135 plus 70, so 205 plus 100, 305 plus 5 and 5, so 10. 315. I was expecting that to feel like 250. I'm like, feels a little bit heavier than that. I forgot how much weight I had on the bar. I didn't grab it center. So that's 315. So you started doing 100 meter times 10 6 months ago, every other day, and your time went down significantly. Good job. Means you're putting in the work, getting the results. The results aren't going to be linear. You're going to get your biggest results in your first year. Second year, you're going to get half of that at most with the most efficient training. And then third, like by 4 years, you're hitting your peak potential in most sports, where if you're training as efficiently as possible, where after 4 years, you can still improve, but you are training like an entire year as hard as you can for like a 1% increase sometimes. All right, so you added 10K on alternating days 2 weeks ago and calisthenics, but you think you should just ramp it up more? If you feel capable of it, if like by all means give it a shot. Just be cognizant that you are recovering. to like the big part of performance, like aside from the skill aspect, is you need to recover. You need to perform, and then you need to recover, and then do it again, and then recover. And as you recover, the ceiling keeps increasing. And this is the first time you start running your life, so it's the most fit you've been in your life, and you're 30. I am 34. I started training when I was 24. I've gone through 3 different phases. My first 4 years, I was an absolute maniac. I'm talking everything 100% efficient. I like no cheat meals. I like full out got all the results in the world. After 4 years, I caught Lyme disease, and I crashed. So it was 6 months to get diagnosed. I got cured not too long after that. But then I was like I was all the way up here, ended up all the way down here. It started all over again. And I started training a little bit differently, trying different things. And then I was in really good shape. 2018, I herniated my disc and I tore my glute in a workplace accident. And I couldn't train my legs up until the beginning of 2020. So I became an upside down Pepsi bottle. And I used to have really, really, really great legs. And now my legs have bounced back a bit, but they've never, they're not where they've been. And it's going to take I'm looking at another year before I'm before I'm halfway happy with what I got with my legs. My legs are thick, they're strong, but they're just not shaped the way I want them to be. But I know what to do. I'm not worried about it. It's just not going to be tomorrow. And I've still got more than most, but I have goals that I want to hit. For me, it's all about the tries. My biceps, I only train them really when I'm streaming, because it's easy. I can just grab some dumbbells and do some dumbbell stuff. Doesn't matter. But I get my fat grips out. There's always an opportunity to get my fat grips out. But the triceps, I remember I was sitting at Dairy Queen with my ex, and out the window I saw this guy walking by. He had massive triceps, and I'm just like, I want that. So what I started doing is that 15 minutes at the end of every workout, last 15 minutes, I trained triceps, and I got the corresponding results. My arms, I'm a lot lighter now than I'm used to training at. My arms would take up my whole hand. So this is where my arms would normally be. Like my arms would take up my whole hand. Now, I'm a lot small. Right now, I'm chasing who I was at 28. So, like you said, building my running would be best for a foundation, for general. For foundation, regular cardio as well as not carrying an excessive amount of fat on your body is the most effective things that you can do for your health. Running will build you. If you're only doing running, you're going to build a specific type of body and a specific type of strength. You are going to get very good at running, but and that will carry over to some other things, but not entirely, right? You might go running a lot, but then you might want to pick up Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and you're rolling on the ground wrestling with somebody, and you might tire out in 2 minutes, because you're not, and that's a large part because you're not conditioned for that sport. Meanwhile, somebody's doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu every day for a year, they might be able to do it for hours, 4 hours straight, but they might be able to run 1/10 of what you can. But if you're running, you can build muscle. The sprinting type running is what is going to build more muscle when you're running, whereas steady state cardio, the long marathons, isn't going to build much muscle. If anything, it if you throw in a weight training program, training for a marathon at the same time might limit how much muscle you can actually build because you're just too hard on your body doing both. It's not that you're really tearing down your muscle. Well, you are tearing down muscle tissue doing both, but you're going to limit how much you recover. But you can still get results. It just might not and maybe 60% of the best results you could have got is more results than you've ever had in your life, and is good enough for you. Yeah, I always rip my shirts at the armpit when I take them off. I take off my shirts and rip. This is where I rip all my shirts. Does it hurt if I squeeze my? It hurts more if I just squeeze my triceps. I can squeeze any muscle till it hurts. Oh. So if I want to, I can cramp up any I can just my chest just squeeze. And the act of squeezing, you can squeeze till it hurts. And there's sometimes you focus on you're doing the lift. You might want to focus like they say, pause at the top. Well, often what you're doing is you're focusing on I'm doing rows and I'm squeezing at the top. So I'm focusing on actually contracting the muscle and squeezing the muscle as hard as you can. You can get ripped just by flexing all day, every day. Most bodybuilders, professional bodybuilders, don't train their abs. They might do compound lifts, which gives them a strong core, but most of their ab sculpting is often just from being in front of the mirror every morning, flexing. You can get ripped just flexing. Your muscles don't know how much weight you're lifting. They just know what the stress that's on them. So ego lifting is just that. It's for your ego. It's not necessarily. It's often less beneficial than focusing on mechanical tension of the muscle. It's mechanical tension which is the stimulus for hypertrophy, which breaks down and rebuilds for bigger and better muscle tissue. Dubster, Merry Christmas. It's been a while. Glad I was able to catch you today. So I got Detox Mango. I got 8 Slopes REQ11. I said 8 Slopes ZZZ. Does my biceps change size? See, when I squeeze them, I can squeeze them until they're as hard as a rock. That's the same as with. All right, so I got 315 on the bar. This is a deficit deadlift. It's so low to the ground. Normally, my deadlift would be here. This is an Olympic deadlift weight right here. I gotta come further, and it almost pitches me forward a bit. Let's rotate this. Uh-oh. All right. I don't think the weight is equally distributed because I didn't tighten it up all the way. I left some room so it doesn't get stuck. But that was a bad one. It's weird. So Detox Mage, what I think if you regularly push yourself harder, you're going to see results. What often happens, particularly with steady state, is you get complacent You get comfortable doing what you're doing, and you stop pushing yourself, and then you stop improving as much. So 100 meter times 10 plus 5K every day. See, I think you get results with either of those, but even with, like, if I was to do those exact same exercises alongside you, the two of us might not get the exact same results. Where is my water? Been so caught up with work and school, but first semester is done. I'm not going to be able to enjoy my workout or my winter break this year. Normally I take like 3 weeks off. This year work has been really intense. I worked like till the 23rd. I got the 24th to 25th off. Tomorrow is the 26th. I'm gonna have to go back to work even though it's a Sunday. And I have some projects I need to get out because there's a lot of people's investments on the line that yeah. Those are actually two different types of training, and they are going to you're gonna like it'll affect more performance based. Like it'll like sprinting, you are going to push your muscles harder, and you are going to be able to sprint better. More steady state, like pushing your like doing steady state, but pushing yourself a little bit harder is going to increase your ability to do steady state distance running. And there will be some crossover from one to the other. But biceps are the best muscle ever. Yeah, I get like here, and then this is the bicep connecting in, and then it just comes up. You know, I'm not even really used to seeing myself with facial hair. All right, so I'm gonna do one more set. 315 is not difficult for me, even with a deficit. I didn't know how I was gonna. I think I've already answered that question. Muscle when it's relaxed, same consistency as fat. And then it depends, right? Because if you are a little bit heavier, like a lot of people that you see, they're just really big. They might have a lot of muscle, but they likely have they might have quite a bit of fat over top of that muscle. So even when they flex, you still like it's a little bit different whether like how much fat you have over the muscle as well. You might have bigger size if you're combining muscle with fat. Whereas if it's just muscle, it's harder. If it's muscle and fat, it can be solid, but it won't be as hard. You just focus on moving your legs as fast as you can. And the thing is, like focusing on stuff like that, there is technique involved in running as well. You can improve your performance simply like without, you're not going to gain a single, let's say you're not going to gain any more muscle. You improve your technique, you're going to increase your performance. Powerlifters, yeah, it like powerlifters depends. So, and also, hey Sulfuric, hey Sulfuric, Merry Christmas, glad you could come out. Powerlifters, it depends on the weight class because often you don't necessarily want a lot of. You want to be the best pound for pound in like specific weight classes, but then after a certain point, you just need size. Like if you're just looking for powerlifting to lift the most weight, and you're forget the weight classes. I'm going to compete, and I want to break records for just like lifting as a whole. Then you get very different body types across the spectrum. A lot of bodybuilders as well are actually quite short, whereas the proportions, like if you're seeing them on film, you're seeing them on a screen, you don't understand like their size until you actually see them in person. Tons of group projects, which is weird during COVID. I imagine that. How did that work out for you, Gubster? Like, was it done through Zoom? Was it did the group project outside? Just yell at everybody from across the atrium. All right, so this is gonna be my last set. I'll put the weights away. I could add more weight. I don't really want to. I'm still gonna train my legs tomorrow. And right now, like my legs don't even feel this. I'm not pushing myself near failure. I've been doing like 3 reps and I haven't been struggling. I haven't like I'm pushing away from the floor. It's been very easy for me. When you're doing a strength training type program, often you don't even feel like your muscles are sore after. You're training your nervous system first and foremost. Anyways, let's pull this back and get my brain in this. The hardest part is putting it down softly. And also hurts the hands a little bit. Alright, so that's enough of that. Didn't really push myself too hard. But it was a little bit weird. And just because of, actually, while I got you guys here, this is starting to fall over. I am going to rearrange all my weights while I'm talking to you guys here. I think I missed a message from Gubster. Muscles are muscle, fat is fat. I'm between 9 and 11% body fat, which is pretty lean. There are projects that were done through Zoom, but there was one where you need to meet up with your members if they were on campus. All right. I want to make sure I don't tip this over and put a hole in my wall. That's my goal right now. So let's just take a minute. I got 70 pounds on the side here, which is, let's take this off. Oh. All right. I probably should have taken a picture of that first so I could remember how I put it back. Mr. Rat. Key-Mouse, how's it going? Merry Christmas. Glad you could come out. You were doing 6 sets of 6 reps bench press. That's like something like 6x6 or 5x5. Particularly 5x5. 6x6 you might feel more hypertrophy than you would 5x5, but it's enough to like touch on the boundary where you feel the hypertrophy, but you still get the strength training aspects of it. So like 6x6, that's right in the middle. That's you're touching on both subjects really. It also depends on how hard those 6x6s are for you as well. Like you go look at somebody like Elliot Hulse. Elliot Hulse built his body doing the 5x5. That's sort of what he promotes. Merry Christmas to you too, Don Paquitos. Hopefully I said that right. Right now, I got like so many dumbbells here. Now what's happening is, oops, I don't have room. I want to save my carpets. Ah, I just hit my heel. Let's get you out of here. That hurt a little bit. Yeah, I basically damaged this stuff. I'm going to move it a bit. So what's the best way to do this? What I'm thinking, what if no, that's not going to work. I might just buy new pads. But in the meantime, let's move this over a bit. Okay, so I'm going to take this a little bit further away from the wall, and I will stick this here. That is its new home. This might end up bothering me, because it actually reduces some of the room I have out here, but you're new to this, just been doing a 60-pound bench press. Well, if you keep with it and you stay consistent, your first year, you can be very surprised with what you can get. My first year, I went from 140, 145 pounds to 185. And I had a lot of fun along the way. It's you gotta have fun. You gotta find a program that you enjoy. The best program for me might not be the best program for you. It comes down to what you like to do, or what you find what you will enjoy pushing yourself to do. Right? If you're going to the gym and you train really hard, next day you're like, I'm sore, this hurts, why did I do this to myself, right? And you're miserable, you're not gonna wanna go back the next day, right? So start small, work with what you can. My recommendations to you, if you're starting out, there are hundreds of good programs that you can follow and like just give one an honest shot. You can get a lot of results from many different programs. You're starting out, so you're going to get results regardless. But instead, focus on adopting the exercises themselves. Learn how. Focus on mind-muscle connections. If you're doing like bicep curls, learn how to feel that you're squeezing with the right muscles. If you're doing compound lifts like squats, get the form down really, really well, because you don't want to injure yourself. You want the exercises themselves to be comfortable, and then when you get really good at the exercises, you can build any program you want out of those exercises. And in learning those exercises, you will find how you enjoy to train, and it's all going to come together. My knee has been great. I've still got bone bruising. I can feel a dent in my knee still, but it's not holding me back at all. I'm lifting a ton of weight. I got 315 on the bar there. It's a deficit, so it makes it harder. But even then, it's like nothing, right? Like I wouldn't consider even using the belt until like 400 pounds plus on that, right? So I can do 400 pounds on this right now, but I don't want to push myself, as well as I'm not comfortable with the deficit deadlift. I understand how to protect myself, but it's still, I would rather, like, if I want to go hard on a deficit deadlift, I want to get myself comfortable with the lift first. Maybe have a couple sessions over like 2 weeks where I get the form and it's feeling good, and then I increase the weight, and then I'm pulling tons of weight. Whereas here, I'm feeling good and I want to keep going heavier, but that's how you get yourself in trouble. You feel great afterwards. When I'm sore the next day, it makes me excited. Yeah, I like that too, right? Like DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness. That's the dream right now. The more muscle you have, and the more conditioned you are, the harder it is to get sore later, right? So it's like I have to really push myself, and sometimes I want to have a really good back workout. But I'm feeling it in my triceps first, or in my forearms first. I'm getting workout brain, right? So you can, like, all this is meat. This is all forearm meat here. I'm shaking my camera. That's all just meat. But forearms don't, like, your big muscles are going to grow faster than a lot of the small stabilizer muscles, sorry, your stabilizers, or some of the smaller muscles. And some of the smaller muscles just won't be able to grow as big at the end anyways. And when you first start training, you might fill in those big muscles first, and then everything else starts to fill out over time. And something like shoulders and forearms, those are something that you might take years to build, when you might already have like biceps, back, legs, chest. But yeah, I definitely know what you're talking about when you're excited. Like I go home, I have my protein shake, and I just feel like, oh, like I'm just melting after having, like, I'm like, you give yourself a big pat on the back and it makes it worth it. And I love what I'm doing. Like I am gonna have, like, as I age, I might have difficulty rationalizing the changes in my body. We'll see when I get there. But anyways, so I got this thing set up. Now let's put the weights back on here. I don't exactly remember how I had it, but I remember I had 140 pounds on this side. Ow, my thumb. This thumb's got funk. I like songs that have funk to them. Ones where you're just walking down the street, just like. That song was fun. All right, so let me get caught up in chat here. I want to find out what song that was. That song was "On Fire" by JJ Gray and Mofro. So Haruko, nice to meet you. Merry Christmas. Is there anything you can do to elevate DOMs? What I would recommend, right? You've shocked your body. I would recommend just pumping blood flow to the area. Nothing like actual exercise. Just get the muscle moving. So it's like making a fist, closing a fist, but like legs, right? Your legs are sore after a leg workout. The next day, go on the bike, 5 minutes twice a day, 10 minutes twice a day. You don't go hard. You're not putting on heavy resistance. You're not pushing yourself. You're not even really looking at getting your core, like your heart engaged. You're just looking to get blood pumping through the area. That blood pumping will carry the nutrients and everything you need to repair your muscle tissue. As well, DOMs can be a large part of, like sometimes you're sore because you shocked your nervous system, right? And you shock your nervous system might go, eat, right? You're like, eat, and you start getting stiff, and then you can't, like you can't contract your calf. So just let the body know, you know what? Last night wasn't the end of the world. I'm still moving my body, right? It's not, I don't have to protect myself as much. Like just let it know, okay, it's okay. Life moves on. The muscle still is contracting. It's still involved. It's still here. Nothing wrong here, right? Just pull the rug out on your nervous system just to It's okay, right? Don't go overboard. So I've been going for an hour and 36 minutes. 5 minutes till the end of my Christmas. I'm not sure if it's still Christmas or not, wherever you guys are from. But yeah, so that's my recommendations. You can focus, like you can try static stretches and this and that, but often that's not really like you can focus more on stretching and stuff, but that's often not as targeted for DOMs. That's just give you good functionality on your body, as well as depending on how you're training, you might have to stretch differently. You like if you're doing more pushing type exercise than pulling, sometimes you see people that their shoulders start to pull their body forward, right? And you gotta let your body know, no, you gotta open up. Like you can't just you don't want to close down. You want to stretch open. You want to loosen. Let the muscles disengage that are tightening you up. But that's not necessarily for DOMs. Like that might end up you might end up being tight after a really hard workout with DOMs. But that's more short term, and you're better served with mobility type exercises. With you want to do like static stretches and anything along those lines, you should be doing those regularly throughout your program. Same as you would with like you want to be a bodybuilder. Well, you still need to do cardio, right? And the stretching does help, but like with performance, but it's a very different thing if you're trying to stretch to improve your performance as opposed to I'm injured and I'm going to stretch because I'm trying to recover from an injury. In that case, you got to be a lot more careful because if you're injured, sometimes that thing that's and it's tight, it's protecting itself, isn't really protecting itself. It's protecting something else that is damaged. And you let go of the thing and like one thing's tight and you stretch it out so it loosens out. Well, that thing was protecting something else. And so suddenly you are vulnerable again. So if you're injured, talk to a physiotherapist, find out what your actual injury is and what the best way is to go about it. The one thing that I could recommend if you are injured or you're stiff, something's going on, you want to make some small improvements like right away. That's not going to be detrimental to you. Just move your body within your range of motion without pain, right? So if you have a problem where you can't get your arm all the way up, like say you get here and you get impingements, right? Well, stop a little bit before there. Just move where you can, right? And then what you'll find is over time you'll be able to move farther without your impingements. But if you're pushing into your impingement, you might be just aggravating more. But like you got a stiff neck, like my neck is stiff, right? So just move your head around wherever you can, but stop before there's pain. So if I get to here and there's pain, okay, maybe come back a little bit, and okay, I can do this without pain. So let's do this. Well, like right now, I got no aches and pains. That's not true. My hamstrings were a little bit tight this morning. They still hadn't recovered from my last workout, but anyways, what do I want to do today? I want to put away my weights. So let's continue doing that. So I want to get this thing in the center of this. So that should be good. And I want, where did all this weight come from? Okay, I will put these weights here. Try to pinch my hands again. This isn't centered. I thought so. This can go. All right, so that should be good for there. I'll add these 40 pounds up to here. I can't get them on. Let's do 20 at a time. All right. right? Ugh. I can't remember how I have these weights. Let's just assume this is good enough. Nope. And my 5-pounder is here. And so that's my 5-pounder. Why is this so hard? I don't remember how I put these things together. I'm confused. I see that chat. I'll read it in a second. I thought this would be more. Ouch. No. I already got more weight on one side than the other. Maybe I just can't fit all my weights on here. I thought I wouldn't have any problems. Yeah, so I'll do this. I can't get all my weights on this thing. I bet I had these weights on top of my 50s. I think that's what I did. Let's put all these back. My 25s, I laid down here. I'm going to catch up on your chat first. I realized, so long story, you had your thyroid issues. Yeah. See, that's dangerous. Like when you're like, people think thyroid and like, oh, I'm gaining a lot of weight. Well, when you have the opposite problems with your thyroid, that's a lot more deadly. Like that's a lot more lethal. And 115 pounds at 6'3", you finally got treatment, you gained a ton of weight, and it was 250. Yeah, see, just changing your diet, you went down to 240. Well, just changing your diet and doing nothing else, you get yourself down to 185. That's like, it's calories in versus calories out. When you're saying weight, you're talking about fat, like fat loss or gain, I'm assuming. You don't gain fat cells. Your fat cells are like, you're born with specific genetics that you have a certain amount of fat cells in your body. They're like little eggs filled with liquids. They're not filled with liquid, but imagine that they're an egg filled with liquid. With healthy hormones, they want to be half full. And when the fat, let's say the liquid of the egg goes below half full, your hunger hormones kick in. You naturally eat more until it gets to the level. If the water in the egg gets more than half full, your hunger hormones decrease until you naturally eat less, and then it wants to gravitate towards basically your set base point for body fat percentage. But what happens is your hormones get out of whack, and then you get that egg becomes full, but the hunger hormones are still kicking in, telling you to eat. So suddenly that egg starts to swell until it's a grapefruit. And so you basically eat for the body that you want, and calories in versus calories out. At the same time, you could have a more hearty meal, have heartier meals throughout the day, but you can also, calories is a measure of wattage. It's how much wattage your body is giving off. And so you could do an hour of cardio a couple times a week and burn off, like say 3,000 calories on top of the whatever your diet is compared to your metabolism. And 3,500 calories is about 1 pound of body fat. So if you are in a 500 calorie a day deficit from your metabolism, you are going to burn about 1 pound of fat a week. Form before weight. Merry Christmas. How's it going? I was doing my 315 pound deficit deadlifts. And I'm just putting the weight right now. I'm just getting caught up in chat. Merry Christmas to you. Glad I could catch you here. I gotta see my family, which was really nice. So I'm on top of the world right now. Life is good. I was able to be socially distanced from my family, but still see them. these are the clothes I wore, and I felt like dressing nice makes me feel nice, and so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna work out in this. I don't care. Right now, it's like normally this place gets super warm. I get a window open. It's cold outside. It's tolerable. I got my. I've been enjoying my music. Um, I'm gonna keep putting away my weight. But how was your Christmas? I I'm glad I came on today. I was doing deadlifts. Well, that doesn't go there. I just realized I might have problems later. I got to get 100 pounds on my 50s there. So let's just get this weight off of here. Take off my 35s. Just trying not to pinch my hand again. All right, so now the 50s. And there we go. Now let's get these on. Ooh. Yeah, deadlifting in dress pants. Lot of control. I was making sure I didn't scrape my legs. Chilled with the family. You're an uncle and a great uncle. So today you were the cool uncle who played all the games. Yeah. Yesterday I was playing video games till 5 o'clock in the morning. Well, actually, 5 o'clock this morning. I haven't done that in so long. My entire morning was a wash. I just felt like a completely different person. Um, they attacked you for 40 minutes straight in the hot tub. How young are they? I am great with kids in that I grab them and throw them in the air and they're having the time of their lives, right? Let's like throw them, spin them in the air and do all that stuff. When I'm like 60, I'm not gonna know what to do with them anymore because I'm a big kid at heart. I'll go play hide and seek with them. I'll run around and all. But aside from that, that's how I've always interacted with kids. My my sister brought her 2 kids over. She's got 4 kids now, and she's in a different province. But the first time I met them, they were already maybe like 3 years old, and her son spent an entire weekend on my shoulders. So I'm talking like I had it on my shoulders, and I was running laps around my dad's farm with my nephew on my shoulders, and I was like doing things like throwing him in the air when I'm doing that. And then so as soon as I put him down, he sort of like, baby, pick me up and all that stuff. And my dad has a secondary house on his property where like family will often stay. My sister lives there from time to time when she's down on her luck. My other sister, my half sister, but we were all in this small house, and I had the kid on my shoulders, and to walk out, I had to walk out of the main door of this house, and I bent down and went to walk, and damned if I didn't get the like walk the kid's face, like his head, directly into the beam of the door. Top of the door frame, smacked his head in it. He started crying, and I'm just like, oh crap. So like, I got scolded by his mother, right? But finally, he gets back on my shoulders, and I and so I feel bad, and I'm very careful. I go down, I crouch a lot lower, go to the door, smack his head again. Dad didn't find it. I'm like, shh. If you tell your mother, she's not gonna let you on my shoulders anymore. So he like sucked it up, and like you can tell it's smarter, right? But he knew his mother was gonna like scold the both of us, and I like so he's a little trooper. But 7-4. Where are you from, Key Mouse? I got another song that's got funk to it. I like my songs that have funk. Something where you just got like walking down the street in the 70s with the flared out legs and just like walking down knowing that you're hot crap. Or hot shit. But anyways, let's put the weight back. All right. So what do I want to lift now? I can put together some dumbbells. Texas. The problem is I'm feeling pretty good right now. I got an hour and a half of exercise in, and it was more focused on, say, strength training. And I actually don't know. I'm feeling pretty good. I don't think I actually want to continue with the workout right now. I got a beard, which I'm not used to. I'm not used to seeing myself with facial hair. I was streaming and I got recommended that I grow it out a little bit. And then I've gotten mixed feedback. And what I tend to agree with is that it doesn't fit my personality. And I figure with 2021 going up the rolling out and 2022 on the horizon, it's a different look. I find I don't like the hair in my mouth, so I'll often like trim around here a little bit more, and then I'll become more like a neck beard. You lived in Germany, Japan, Alaska, and Hawaii, though. So you've got a lot of experiences around the world. Like all four of those places are completely different in culture, experience, like way of life. But I've been making a lot of progress in my fitness the last several months, particularly since I've been very strict. Every Wednesday is leg day, based around just lifting heavy weights. Every Sunday is leg day based around hypertrophy, getting in my squats, maybe some front squats, glute bridges, but then I'll use the machines to really break down my muscle tissue to the point where I'm definitely feeling it the next couple of days. And Wednesday, Sunday. I'm going to continue doing this for at least another 4 months. I'm already getting results, but I know it's going to be a year before I really get to a point where I'm satisfied with what I'm with my legs. I got a good playlist going on. I clicked on a random Spotify playlist called Christmas Party 2021. And it was just advertised to me, so like from the Spotify app itself. But I am going to find it. Christmas is over. I chatted right through it. Well, New Year's is just around the horizon. I was blessed today. It was a good day. I got some whispers. Oh, that's just people trying to spam me. Who can I? Let's see who else is on right now. I'm going to send a raid. 200 push-ups in a row. I want to see this guy do 200 push-ups in a row. All right, so I'm going to send you over to this guy here. And I am likely going, he's got me sold. If he hasn't completed his challenge already, I am going to subscribe to him I want to see this. So this is who I'm going to raid. Thank you everybody for coming out. I still got abs. They're there under there somewhere. Oh, oh, oh. Thank you for coming out. Oh, such a good song. Bye, everybody. Merry Christmas.